Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And shalom to you sincere, hopeful, elect brothers and sisters listening and learning, and to you brothers preaching and teaching the truth through the four corners of the earth. This is Brother Nathan coming out of the GMS Indianapolis camp. Coming back with another quick one through the spirit. This is, says, ICE repel from Black Hawk helicopters detain U.S. citizens. We'll go on this news report video, and then we'll get some a couple scriptures. But yeah, man, hey, this devil, hey, hey, he's doing his damn thing out here, man. He's turning up, man, and that's all according to the plans of Yahweh Shemel Shah.
And she says they took everyone and then asked questions later.
They just treated us like we were nothing.
Patricia Fisher says she came out to the hallway of her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me did I have any warrants, and I told them no, I didn't.
She says she was then handcuffed and released around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for them, even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released. Citizen App video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Neighbors tell us there were dozens of ICE agents. Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying, people was screaming. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. That's all I kept asking. Where's the morality? Where's the human? One of them literally laughed. He was standing right here. He said, them kids.
What?
Yeah, because that spirit of Esau, even the so-called white man, all right, that old devil, that old, he's getting ready to show his horns. All right, he's getting ready to show you that he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's getting ready to show you his horns. He's getting ready to show you who he really is, which he's been always showing us. He's just been doing it in a subtle way. Now he's like, hey, my witchcraft ain't working. Now it's time to go to the sword. And he's getting physical with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Look, now they detain him. They just detaining Jake, basically, and they'll be in the... And like we've been talking about here at Great Millstone, starting with our apostles and others on down. Hey, you know that, they're just going to use this as a, that they were going to start just snatching up Jake, and and who knows, they could just take you, and nobody going to hear from you again. Have your ass in Guantanamo Bay or somewhere with no fucking information. Esau get you the hell up out of here, or you floating in the fucking ocean somewhere, getting dropped out of a plane. Okay. So yeah, they got kids zip tied together, and then he said the IDC, she said the IDC said fuck them kids. Yeah.
And says budget trucks and military-style vans were used to separate parents from their children. Other neighbors say they saw agents destroying property to get in the building.
And they had a big 15-inch chainsaw with a round blade on it cutting this fence down. We're under siege. We're being invaded by our own military.
The FBI did confirm this morning that they did help the U.S. Border Patrol carry out a targeted immigration enforcement operation in this area, and they say they have been supporting these efforts at the direction of the U.S. Attorney General.
What is Palantir? Can you explain?
And she says
it's going down. This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. That's right, because Esau Edom's kingdom is on the way out. All right, here it is. They're trying to get the enterprise together, which the Lord said abounds what they cannot pass, like it says in Job, right? Yeah, here they are trying to get their NWO complete, which they know the last step is what, that MOT to the B, that mark, that RFID micro C-hip, Revelation 13:16 on down. Okay? That's what they're trying to implement, so they can have total control over you. They got all these ideas, universal basic income, UBI, right? Where everybody makes the same, everything they do, everybody gets paid the same, right? And the elites rule over you, of the Edomites. All right, so now they're tired of talking, they're tired of legislation. This old devil's back, man. They was like, damn, you should F them kids, huh? And zip tying the children, literally grabbing up a old Jake woman, you know, detaining her like she's a criminal. They're rappelling out of helicopters. Yeah, this is gonna be the part of the start of the Civil War, man, because the people are gonna fight back. All right, let's get that in. This is Matthew 24 and verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahushua, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Hey, and part of those wars and rumors of wars are what? Civil war. All right, internal wars. All right, you got the right versus the left. All right, black and brown versus so-called white. Right? We got the class wars, rich versus the poor. So the spirit of, in the straight spirit of division, man. Okay, but that's what Yahushua wants to. He said, Matthew 10:34 says what? Think not that I came to send peace on earth, but not came peace but a sword. All right. So what? Cause divisions among what? The father-in-law, the mother-in-law, and and the list goes on. All right. He wants division. Okay. And you see it. You see Yahweh Shemel working in the earth, man. It's happening. It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdoms, and we're seeing that. We're seeing the China and Taiwan. We're seeing the Ukraine versus Russia. We're seeing the Israel and Palestine. All right? And there's much more to come. We see U.S. involved in everything. Right? And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. See? And that's all happening right now as we speak. All right, here it is. You got ice ages, man. They went. Now they're really riding on y'all. Like I said, jumping out of rappelling out of helicopters, but tearing they shit up, snatching these people up like they're known criminals. Let's get the second Ezra chapter 9. In verse 1 it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Right? And how you measure the time, what's the measuring stick? The prophecies. All right? These scriptures. All right? Letting you know what's happening. All right? This is how we know the times we're in. We know we're at the end of the end. We know the end started when Yahushua was put to death on the cross. But now we're at the end of the end. All right? This kingdom of Esau Edom has reached its pinnacle. It's reached the top. All right, with the average lifespan of an empire, 250 years, and July 4th of next year, 2026, is what, 250 years. You know, from 1776. So hey, we're in some. Hey, it's getting close to the wire. All right, it's gonna be. We're not even done with 2025, but if we make it to 2026, it's gonna be. It's going to be on and popping. Okay? It says, and when thou seest part of the signs pass. See, it didn't say wait till you see everything come to pass. Then you'd be like, oh, the Lord's coming back. No, it said parts of the signs passed. Which I have told thee before, right? In the scriptures. It says, then shalt thou understand. Matter of fact, let me get this in. Now that I'm thinking about it. Was it Isaiah 42 and 9, I think? It's Isaiah 42 and 9. It says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and the new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. So, yep. Yahweh Shemashah tells us ahead of time what's going on. That's a just power. We got an opportunity to prepare ourselves for the battle, right? And we know we're in spiritual warfare right now, and now it's starting to transition also to physical. You see, like I said, just an example of these ICE agents, and then these uproars of the people where they're getting physical with the officers. You know, these riots and protests. All right. So yeah, this is real life. It's happening. Okay. Thus said Yahweh Shemashah that these things were going to happen. Was Isaiah 55 and 11, since we're over here. Let's go ahead and get to it real quick. Come on. It's Isaiah 55 and verse 11. It says, I'm sorry, verse 10. It says, for as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and make it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. Right? So the Lord's going to do all his pleasure. If it's written in these scriptures, it's going to come to pass. Okay? Back to 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the manifestation of the end. All right? Especially when it's coming, like I said, this is Jacob's trouble, man. We're here. You know? Let's get that. Because we're seeing it live and direct. Look, even to the point now they got the children zip tied together and shit. And this is in Chicago. This is Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And who's going to be saved out of it? The elect of the nation of Israel. All right? Of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is a time like never before. All right? You're not going to be able to measure up all the atrocities that happened in ancient times, in years past. It's not going to amount for what's about to happen here on this earth. It's going to be total chaos. But see, the men of Yahweh Shem Shah and women, all those of the hopeful elect, they're going to be ready. The Lord's going to keep them in that day. Remember, all we got to do is trust in Yahweh Shem Shah. What he said in Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust the Lord with all thine heart and lean not into thy own understanding. Acknowledge him in all thy ways and he shall direct thy paths. That's pretty simple, right? That's why it says his what? His yoke is light. You know? It's not a heavy burden. All right, his laws, statutes, and commandments are not grievous. All right, so we do the best we can, man. Judges 5 and 11, talking about what? Rehearsing the righteous acts. All right, and that's what we gotta do. But see, with all the trouble, right? But he shall be saved out of it. Okay. So while we see our neighbors and people that that left the truth, mock, scoff, and we see them getting fucked up in the streets, And then the Lord, man, he can do anything. He can have us be invisible. He's in control of all spirits. To him belongeth the issues of death. You know? That's why we said trust in him. It said fear not him that can kill the body, but fear him that can kill body, mind, soul, and hell. I probably butchered that, but you can look that one up. All right. But I ain't want to spend too long on it. Yeah, Esau's coming to kick some ass, man. He's doing it. He's tired of you people. Black fatigue, right? Yep. But see, our people didn't choose Yahweh Shema Shah, so they about to get caught out there in a big way. So with that, I pray that was edifying to the elect, and I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the others of Great Millstone. Kwame Yashala,